And David, I'm going to throw it over to you. Deloitte's in a unique situation there where they're working with a variety of agencies on a variety of technologies, including all kinds of cloud service providers, et cetera. Give us a state of the state from where you stand and what you're seeing out there.
Sure.
What your customers are asking you to implement.
So I'm a software architect by training and work. So I spend most of my time working with our customers on how they're using the cloud, right? In terms of designing software systems, cloud native, those kinds of things. Theme for the day, I think, and the theme for the year that I've seen is platforms. Enterprises are moving to, they want to use the SaaS platforms and the PaaS platforms that are being, Jonathan just described ServiceNow's and the use cases he's building out in ServiceNow. The use of many of those platforms, whether that's ServiceNow or Appian or Salesforce or whatever, is very valuable to agencies. There are potential issues with that, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to design software architectures to help agencies kind of prevent those issues, particularly around stovepipes, for lack of a better word, right? There's a word from way back when, right? So as I'm putting business functions into Salesforce and I'm putting business functions into ServiceNow and I'm putting business functions in these other platforms, how do I get kind of a holistic view of the things that are happening across them from my enterprise's perspective? So we talk to clients about, having them define what are the important business events and important business data that is being created and manipulated in these platforms, and having some sort of kind of technology that they can get the exhaust from those platforms or the telemetry out of those platforms into a single kind of view of what's happening across their enterprise. So once they're able to do that, then they can, it's easy to adopt another one when it comes out, or it's easy to say, hey, this use case that we're talking about belongs in ServiceNow or belongs in Salesforce based upon, those systems capabilities. The second kind of platforms that we're talking to customers about is really when we get the question of, hey, how do I stay agnostic? I'm going to air quote that across CSPs and across cloud.
Avoid the lock-in, right?
The lock-in, yeah. And I don't know, we'll see over time how much of an issue that actually is. But what we're starting to see and we're starting to recommend users is to stick with open platforms. And what do I mean by that? I mean things like a Kubernetes runtime environment or a Kafka integration environment. The reason being is that things that you build and you put in those environments can run in any Kubernetes or any Kafka environment. And when I go to the cloud service providers, AWS, Azure, Google, all I want them to do is run the cluster for me. So you look at them and say, hey, just give me a Kubernetes cluster and I can build my app on top of that. And now I'm reasonably comfortable that if I want to get out of this cloud service provider and go to that cloud service provider, or I want to go across many of the cloud service providers, the software that I build and the systems that I build are able to run on those platforms.